Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing video. It's the brand new month, so we are back once again to break down all of the exciting updates and changes we can expect to see around the Animal Crossing New Horizons island. May is surprisingly busy, so there's lots to look forward to no matter how long you've been playing, from a wildly underrated event to huge changes in the weather, and even some updated stationery that you probably didn't know. There's something for everyone, so be sure to stick around until the end to find out everything. So if you're excited to learn more, be sure to leave a like on the video as it helps out a bunch, and let's jump straight in. Number 1, May Day. Jumping straight into the fun stuff that you're probably already excited for, the new May Day event is now underway, and it very well could play out differently depending on when you first started your island. May Day has already started but continues to be celebrated through to May 7th and sees Tom Nook gifting players a special May Day ticket. This can then of course be redeemed at Dodo Airlines, so you can travel to an exclusive Nook Miles island that features none other than Rover and his maze activity. Now this event is actually a couple of days longer than it used to be, as in previous versions of New Horizons it was only available from May 1st through to May 7th. However, since version 1.10, May Day tickets can now be collected as early as April 29th, which is pretty cool. Now May Day features a total of 2 different mazes, with a different one available depending on when you first started your island. Rover will reward you with Rover's suitcase on the first island maze, and then reward you with Rover's picture on the second island maze. Which island you get is simply determined on whether or not you've celebrated May Day in the past. Don't worry if you're new though and was hoping to get Rover's photo, as this is also available in Happy Home Paradise by completing his vacation home. So if this is your first playthrough in the last year, you could still get both rewards right now if you wanted. But yeah, just one of the very underrated events that we see in May. Let me know which maze you have right now in the comments below. Number 2, International Museum Day. Speaking of underrated events, next up we have one of my favourite activities in the entire game, which is of course International Museum Day, that's celebrated from May 18th through to the end of the month. During this time, Blathers is of course hosting a stamp rally that essentially sees players running around the museum in order to find and collect stamps from a variety of stamp stations. Upon completing the stamp rally each day, you can earn yourself up to 4 items, including the art plaque, the bug plaque, the fish plaque, and of course the fossil plaque. It's worth remembering the stamp rally changes every single day with new stamp stations, and you can earn the prizes again for taking part. Plus these duplicates can be sold for quite a lot of bells, so a fun and easy way to quickly make a profit. Now for me, this activity is wildly underrated and is pretty reminiscent of events from previous Animal Crossing games, with something fun to do to earn the rewards rather than simply ordering them from the Nook Stop. Anyway, again, depending on what version of Animal Crossing you have or when you started playing, this may be the first time the art plaque item is available, given it wasn't added until version 1.10, so something to double check. Number 3, Seasonal Materials. Moving on, we can't discuss the changes around the New Horizons island without addressing the updates to the seasonal crafting material. There's not too much change in the Northern Hemisphere, as Young Spring Bamboo is still available until the end of May, but it's a great time to check if you found all of the Young Spring Bamboo DIYs before they disappear. The Southern Hemisphere, on the other hand, have a pretty busy month ahead. Acorns and pine cones continue to spawn and will be available all the way until May 31st, but the fun doesn't stop there, because May also sees the start of the mushroom season as well as the maple leaf season. The mushroom season takes place for the whole of May from May 1st through to May 31st and sees random mushrooms spawning around town near trees. The maple leaf season is much shorter though, taking place from May 16th through to May 25th, and of course sees random maple leaves floating around town. Of course, it's also possible to obtain their corresponding DIY recipes during this time for the corresponding materials from balloons and bottles depending on where you look. Needless to say, the middle of May is a busy time for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, as acorns, pine cones, 5 types of mushrooms and maple leaves can all be found. Number 4. Kapp'n's Islands. Now, something you may not know, especially if you're new to New Horizons, is that many islands you can encounter on Kapp'n's boat tours actually require unlocking, and during the month of May, both the Mushroom and the Maple Leaf Islands can now be found. Now, if this is the first time you're about to experience either the Mushroom or Maple Leaf season on your current New Horizons island, you'll be glad to know that from May 1st and May 16th respectively, you'll unlock each island, and they will be added to the pool of available islands Kapp'n can now take you to. This is a one-time kind of thing, as these type of islands are unlocked once you've experienced the corresponding season. So if this is the first time playing through, you'll soon unlock a couple of new Kapp'n islands, which is cool. As I've mentioned before, I enjoy including details like this because even though I started this series all the way back at launch around 5 years ago now, I want to continuously make each episode better, more informative and fun to watch, and include as much information as possible for you. So let me know in the comments if you enjoy it. Number 5. Seasonal events. Just like most months on the New Horizons island, May has several seasonal events that introduce new, limited time items. This month we celebrate Children's Day, Mother's Day, Cheese Rolling Day, the Dragon Boat Festival, and the Dano Festival, so again, plenty to look forward to. Children's Day is already underway and celebrated from April 26th through to May 6th, so a few days earlier this year, and both the cart banner and the newsprint hat can be obtained. Mother's Day begins May 1st and runs through to the end of the month, and both the Thank You Mum mug and Carnations furniture item can be obtained in honour of the event. Cheese Rolling Day takes place even earlier this year compared to last, from May 17th and continues through to May 26th, offering up the Double Gloucester cheese item. And the Dragon Boat Festival and the Dano Festival both occur May 22nd through to May 31st, offering up the Surichri Tiok and the Festival Zongzi respectively. As always, these are smaller celebrations and the items are obtained from the Nook Stop, but still definitely worth picking up. Number 6. Stationery. Moving on, we have another update you probably didn't know or may have missed in the past, and that is of course the changes to the stationery available at Dodo Airlines. May is the last chance to see the Full Bloom card, the Cherry Blossom card, and the Dandelion card, which are all available until May 31st in honour of spring. However, those in the Northern Hemisphere will also see the Hibiscus card arrive in time for summer, which will be available from May 1st, with more to follow in June. Similarly, in the Southern Hemisphere, the 4 variations expire on May 25th, with the winter cards immediately taking their place. And that's not all. In both hemispheres, the event cards also get updated. The Bunny Day card will be removed May 10th, with the Mother's Day card having already taken its place from May 1st, although this particular card is a limited time card and it's only available for the month of May, so make sure you use it while you can. As I always say, writing mail to friends and villagers is super underrated. Anyway, for me, this is another one of those awesome and subtle details that I enjoy including because I always wanted this series to be the best. Number 7. Weather Phenomena. Next up, we have some significant changes taking place during May around the New Horizons island. In the Northern Hemisphere, May is of course the final month of spring, so the only change we will experience is that we will no longer be able to encounter thin clouds. These will no longer spawn from May 31st. However, in the Southern Hemisphere, May marks the end of the fall season and actually sees the start of winter in the same month, which changes things up a little. Once winter begins on May 25th, both rainbow and double rainbows can no longer be encountered, so you only have a couple of weeks left to spot one. Furthermore, cirrus and cirrocumulus clouds also stop spawning at the end of the month as a result of this. Number 8. Weather patterns. Speaking of weather, those of us in the Northern Hemisphere won't see much change other than slightly increased chances of rain, but players in the Southern Hemisphere on the other hand may start to see the first lot of snow begin to fall at the end of the month as the winter officially begins May 26th. It won't settle just yet, however, which means you'll have to wait a little longer until the snow day in June to catch snowflakes. Number 9. Bushes. Now, something I've always liked to cover is of course the changes in the bushes around the island because it's just a cool detail. Again, May is pretty quiet for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere because pink and white azalea bushes continue to bloom through to the end of spring and the end of May. However, the Southern Hemisphere will see the yellow and orange tea olive stop flowering, with the holly bushes blooming in their place from May 1st and all the way through to June, which is another sign winter is near. Number 10, critters. Next up, we can't, of course, break down all of these changes and updates to the New Horizons island without highlighting the shift in bugs, fish, and deep sea creatures that can be encountered around the New Horizons island. In the Northern Hemisphere, 8 bugs, 8 fish, and 5 deep sea creatures will arrive. The bugs include the Great Purple Emperor, the Queen Alexandra's Birdwing, the Banded Dragonfly, the Pond Skater, the Diving Beetle, the Violin Beetle, the Rosalina Batase Beetle, and the Scorpion. The fish include the Frog, the Catfish, the Nibblefish, the Angelfish, the Betta, the Rainbow Fish, the Giant Trevally, and the Mahi Mahi. And the deep sea creatures include the Sea Urchin, the Slate Pencil Urchin, the Gigas Giant Clam, the Vampire Squid, and the Spotted Garden Eel. So it's always worth checking if you need to catch any of these critters. Similarly, in the Southern Hemisphere, 3 bugs, 5 fish, and 5 deep sea creatures will arrive, including the Damselfly, the Mole Cricket, and the Tarantula, the Bitterling, the Blowfish, the Tuna, the Blue Marling, and the Football Fish, the Sea Cucumber, the Sea Pig, the Dungeness Crab, the Snow Crab, and the Red King Crab. So there we have it, lots of subtle changes, super underrated events, and lots of other cool stuff happening on the New Horizons island in May. If you made it to this point in the video, please post Mays in the comments just to let me know you did, and be sure to include whether or not you'll be taking on the May Day mazes this year. I'd love to know. Thank you so much to the Patreon and channel members who support this content. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.